Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a little while since we've done an element tier list, but we finally have been waiting to do this one because we finally got two Dendro characters in one banner. A new 5-star and a new 4-star, of course. Those being Baizhu, so long awaited for, and Kaveh, who could not arrive sooner than he has arrived. So, just gonna jump right into it. And starting off with Alhaitham, extremely strong start. It's hard not to give him like a very hard rating because he is like one of the most perfect characters I've ever seen. He can literally do it all. He's extremely strong, talented, intelligent, and he gives off this like boring like persona, this character that he's like a nobody and he doesn't do anything and like makes it draws in this mystery which makes him so cool. Like it's just like, bro, who is this guy? What does he do? Why is he so involved? Why is he able to like come up with these crazy plans? And it's all about plotting and knowledge and all this. He's such an interesting character on all fronts, and his playstyle is extremely fun. He's literally like Kaching but stronger and better looking, and he just he's just really good. Like he even has like one of the best like weapons in the game, like the light of foliar whatever incision. It's so good and it matches him so well. He's perfect character, trailer, everything, and his role in this story is absolutely phenomenal. Is as important as he was, like they in that one trailer where they show like all the characters that like all the main characters that help you in like each like region. So, like Sumeru was Sino, and like Inazuma was like Ayaka or whatever. So like those characters were like shown. Like they showed Sino, but man, Alhaitham like really put in work. And it fits that he wasn't the one shown, even though he was kind of more important than Sino, because like he's not the kind of person to take credit. But yeah, S tier character by all fronts. And if you disagree, we've got to sit down and have a serious talk. Maybe even call in a couple of therapists. Next up, we have Baizhu, one of our brand new characters that is as old as time. Like he's been around since the beginning. He was in a story quest way back in the beginning of time when we were in Liyue. We first got introduced to him and Chi-Chi. It was such a long time ago, and he's finally playable now that Dendro's a thing and everything. And it's nice revisiting like another region and getting a Dendro. Like I know we got Yaoyao, who's literally a Dendro from Liyue, but man, like, this is the real one we've been waiting on. Like my main favorite part about him is his pet snake, Cheng Sheng. Not follow him around because she's just around his neck in a non-threatening manner, but he like interacts with her a little bit. She like shoots out these little like funny little comments here every now and then. I was hoping like this playable character would have more of her, because she's a very interesting aspect of him. Like, who the hell is this snake following around this doctor and all that? Like he's a really cool character, and he plays a pretty cool role. I'm gonna put him in high A tier because I'm a little underwhelmed with him. I am not a big fan of like healers and like just focusing on healing, but like with him, you mainly kind of have to focus on healing. His main thing is like healing, and he also provides a shield, but the shield is so weak that it's like you might as well take more damage with the shield. That's how weak the shield is. It's like it multiplies damage or something. There's like no point to it. But it's better than nothing. It is by far like you take what you can get, right? But him being a healer with like Dendro and he's scaling off of HP, he fits really well in like double hydro teams for like the increased HP, so that his heals do more and all that nonsense and reactions and whatnot. Because he is like scalings with HP, so he fits a lot better. But like you are not playing him over like other supports. But he's a really cool character. We've been waiting for so long to see him. He's got interesting design and everything, but not enough to be S tier. But he is cool enough to be A tier. I definitely did get him. Next up, we have Collei. Collei's a pretty solid character, but we haven't like officially seen enough of her. So I have to put her in B tier, B for Collei, but there's just not enough of her. She was really good in the recent event, but it was alongside Sucrose, and we got too much Collei and Sucrose. I'm a very, very small fan of. No, I'm not a fan at all. I'm actually a big fan of the anti-Sucrose gang, and I just really don't like her character. It just really annoys me. But so it really took away from like seeing Collei, because I really like Collei, but I don't like her. So it's like when you run into your friend, but he's like hanging out with like your ex-boyfriend or something, and it's like, oh man, like this is a weird situation, like someone you like to be around, someone you don't like to be around. So it's like it's a little weird. But she's like she's a very uplifting character. It's very inspirational when you get to see her, like she's like, you know, suffering from this disease, she's not doing well, she's in like a not like the best of environments, you know, it's like pretty hard to deal with all that while also being like a force ranger. So she's still learning that, but she's still like constantly trying and moving up, while also looking up to like some of the people around her, like, you know, Tighnari and Sino. She's like very cool with them and like learns from them and accompanies them. But then she's also like drawn like inspiration from Amber, which is a very interesting aspect of her character. But and while this is all nice and cool, we haven't gotten the full juicy bits of her background. I don't like, it might be like you probably read it in your character story. I don't think I've read that yet, but like mainly when you hear about it, it's people like who read the manga or whatever, and you can see it there. But even then, it's like no one's gonna read the damn manga. Maybe when we get the anime one day, we'll see it, but no one's gonna read the damn manga. And it really takes away from her, because it's such a really good story, and it really like puts a lot of characters and like their interactions into place. And it's like whoa, like this is how Kaya like acts and stuff like that. Like, this is kind of wild. Getting like see him do this kind of stuff. And Lisa and like the Sinos are cool with her and everything. So it sucks that we haven't got like some kind of like event or something, or character quest that shows it off for Collei, because it's a really, really interesting story. And her gameplay, absolutely middle of the ground. It's she's got a really cool boomerang, but it doesn't do like anything crazy. It does like decent damage, and like, you know, you throw it and it hits them, and then it comes right back and hits them again, which is like cool. You get like a little double hit, but it's not like insane. And then her burst has like a little Dendro field with a little Colon N bars, and like, you know, they're good for Dendro applications, but it's just not enough. It's she you know, she was a free character, so like even with their constellations, maybe she'll get better. But like I don't have that many of her, if any, constellations, if I remember correctly. I think I have like C2 or something. So it's like maybe she gets better with their constellations, but where she is, there's a lot of potential for more, but we're just not there yet. Next up, we have Kaveh. I've been waiting so long for this character, ever since his first appearance in the main story quest, where he just shows up at the end of everything, and Alhaitham's like, what the hell were you doing? Why weren't you around to help? And then for all the like the random bits, this is an S tier character, maybe even top of S tier. This is a character that does it all. That is able to, he's the complete opposite of Alhaitham. He doesn't really take responsibility for his actions. He's like goofing off, and like not really goofing off, but he's like doing like not the most intelligent things to do. But he like follows his heart. It's a very like interesting dynamic, because he does what he likes to do, and what he knows is like the right things to do. But then it ends up like backfiring on him, and he's like definitely 100% like feelings between him and Farazan, which is like so goated that they like really showed that off in the recent event. The it's man, it starts with a P. It's like prospect of something, prophecy or something like that. It's the big event with all the games in Sumeru, and it has like every Sumeru character. We have like the whole gang. Then we have Alhaitham and Nilo like as like the referees, and it's such a cool event, and we get to see a lot out of all of these characters. We constantly get to see all of them interact and like talk, and like we interact with all of them, even Candace and idea, and they're not even like in the like events. They're just like in the event, but like in the background of the event, like shopping and doing girl stuff and girls talk or whatever. But Kaveh is like he's like in the action. He's doing all this cool stuff. He has very interesting dialogue. He's a true character among characters. Like everything he does is so either ridiculous or funny or interesting, and he's a character you really like to enjoy watching. He's got such a cool design. He's like all the colors, they all stand out in such a not like a throw it in your face kind of vomiting way, but in like a subtle, but like really like if you like analyze it, it's like the red and the blue and then the weird looking shoes. He's such a cool looking character. I cannot get over his design, and it fits because like an architect. Like I'm rambling so much because there's so much to enjoy about his character and his presence. As soon as he shows up on screen, something stupid is gonna happen. He's gonna get into some kind of argument with Alhaitham. There's so much that goes on. There's this edit of like someone like I think it was Alhaitham's character quest when he brings you to his house and Kaveh is there, and then they like bicker, but then like they edited it to be like those Indian like drama shows with all like the crazy like funny transitions. It's absolutely hilarious. You have to check it out. I'll like link it in the description. You've definitely got to see it. It's too funny, and his playstyle is really cool. In the recent event, the Prospect of Prophecy, whatever the name is, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but we get introduced to Marak or whatever, which is his briefcase, which is alive, by the way. Sort of, it's like technology alive. It's like Karkata level alive, and it like assists him, and that's like he's kind of like a catalyst user, but with a claymore. It's such a like random thing that they threw, and his briefcase is like all with him with his architecture, and his gameplay is like really cool. He's very unique. He actually his elemental skill blows up all the cores, and then like you get like some health back from it. He's not a healer, but you get health back from it, and then he just like has like all these capabilities for damage. Such a cool character, well designed in every aspect of his personality, literal like physical design, appearance, and his gameplay. His moveset's really cool. Just watching him with like the briefcase and everything, I'd definitely give him a try. Next up, before this is like just a Kaveh love video. Next up we have Nahida. Nahida's it's too hard not to put Nahida in S tier. She's I'll put her above Alhaitham because even though they're both Dendro, they both play like different Dendro roles. She is like the greatest support in the game right now as of 3.6. Don't attack me in the future when life changes. But she does it all. She like buffs your team. She has a really cool looking burst. She has like crazy Dendro application. She does insane damage. She can help do insane damage. She's got a great story, great lore, and it's very intriguing. If I assume by now you've played the story quests to Meru and all that, and just how different all the Archons are in their country, and the way Nahida is like everyone's like they're praised. Like in all three other regions they're praised, and in Inazuma they're looked at. The Raiden Shogun's looked at with some contempt because of the Vision Hunt decree. But hey, what are you gonna do? If you kill some people, some people are gonna get upset. But like it happens, man. What are you gonna do about it? But in Nahida's case, like people respect their Archon, but most of them just kind of were just like, yo, we're just gonna use her, we're gonna lock her away, and just not care about her. And it was absolutely insane to see that, like the way like country would treat their Archon like that, and it was a little heartbreaking, especially seeing how happy she is. Her whole moveset is like her like kind of like dancing like hopscotch, and then like little heart at the end of her combo, and then she has a very like cheery upbeat voice at like all times. I see everything and stuff like that. But it's also depressing seeing how like she was treated for like the last like 500 years or whatever it is, and then what was her name, the Ruga Devata or whatever, and then like losing her, which is like her but like before, and like reincarnation. she has an insane story, and it just keeps getting better and better. And she actually got even better in the next story quest when we saw a pep and the elemental mushrooms. It was quite something. It was almost enough to make someone cry, man. The amount of like feelings and the elemental beings and their sacrifice, and man, it's absolutely phenomenal. How good she is in the story, how good she is playable. Like all the archons are like insane, and she's no different whatsoever. She's no better than Kaveh, like by far. But she is a really good character in all aspects, and I just really wish we got like an alternate skin where like because we've seen what like the like adult version of like the Dendro Archon looks like, Rukadevada, in like some cutscene. I think it was one of the desert ones, and we've seen what like the adult version looks like. I think it'd be really cool if we got like the adult version of Nahida, because it'd be a little bit more comfortable playing her so often. But not only that, like she looks really cool with like the really long hair and everything. So I wish we got like that instead of like, or at least both. You know, I think that'd be really cool. Next up, we have Tighnari, and man, Tighnari, like I don't know if people are gonna hate me for saying this. Tighnari really got like a really big debuff in his voice actor. It's not that the voice actor is the current voice actor. I don't remember his name. It's not like he's like bad or anything. The replacement voice actor that we got, he's not bad. Like he would have fit if he was the first Tighnari, and if this was the standard for Tighnari from the beginning, it'd be like, all right, yeah, it's pretty solid, fits, yeah. But he man, like it really sucks to say he did as like as bad as the previous guy was, you know, like all the stuff he did that was like pretty bad or whatever. It sucks that he had such a perfect voice and did so well with Tighnari. Like man, like it fit so well. It was the right amount of like sass and like pizzazz and everything. Like it fit the character Tighnari perfectly. When you look at Tighnari and you hear that voice, it's like, bro, this guy was born to play that role. But unfortunately, he was born to do some pretty bad stuff too. So it sucks that Tighnari got like a weird situation with voice actors. But his voice isn't as good as it was, which sucks to say, because we're never gonna have that other guy back again, which is you know, one thing. But everything else about Tighnari, it's pretty decent. I'm not too insane about him, but I'm not too opposed to him. He's a pretty fun character. Like his playstyle is like a Dendro Ganyu, but nowhere near as insane. You know, you use like your charged arrows, but then he has like the instant like 3 shots that are like right away. So that's really fun. And then his burst is good for like Dendro application, has like little field or whatever. But his playstyle, it gets a little boring. Just like Ganyu, you know, stand around, do all these charged shots. It's like you're not really doing much of anything like insane, and it gets tiresome. Like you want to try out something different. You want to you can only do so much with them. Oh, I'm sorry, I got his burst wrong. It's not an area of effect. It's like one big like he like shoots like one like powerful shot and like scatters into like other shots. It's like multiple charged shots at once that like just separate. It's pretty cool looking, but like I said, it's nothing too crazy after you've seen it a bunch of times, and it can actually, like, if you fight an enemy that's like near like a wall or something, you can hit that and like not damage them, and it's like that gets really annoying. But his character and everything, his voice, he has some really funny voice lines. Like he's just like he's so sassy. It's funny, and he's got I really like his design. He looks like a nerd, like a forest ranger. I think it fits him extremely well. He's actually like a very well designed character to fit the needs of who his character would be, or like who they are. Like it really encompasses like yo, this guy looks like a nerd, like sounds like one. Like it fits so well. Like they did a really good job with him. So for that, I'm gonna put him in A tier. I don't think he's quite S tier. Like he's not as interesting alone as he is with like other characters. Like when he's like conversing with like the Traveler and Collei and especially Sino. But like on his own, he just has like snappy one-liners, and it's like, I dare them to arrest me, and or like, man, it's hot as it would melt the flaming flower or whatever it was. So it's not as like good as he is. Like he's very much better in like a reactive sense, but he's still really good overall. Next up, we have the Dendro Traveler. So it's always a little tricky to rate like the Dendro or the different elements of the Traveler, because like you're basically just ranking them off of like your gameplay, and that's really it. There's not much like how can I like rate the Traveler's like personality? Like they don't speak, they just have like funny little like faces every now and then and poses. Lumine more than Aether. Aether's not as interesting. Like whenever you see anything about Aether, it's about him having a harem. Whenever you see like anything about Lumine, it's probably gonna be pervy, but ignoring that, it's usually like her like funny faces and like her attitude and everything. So she's like a bit more interesting than Aether in that sense. And maybe people just gush over her more, but based off of her playstyle, she's actually not that bad of a Dendro character. But like, you know, she comes with the drawbacks of a free character. So I'm gonna put her in. I'll put her in upper B tier. I think she's better than Collei, like based off of her playstyle. But yeah, the Dendro Traveler is like super like viable. You could easily you could definitely build a pretty good Dendro Traveler. The burst is just a little weird because I think you can like break it or something. It was like something you have to be weary of. It was like weird. It's so strange. I don't know why they would make something like that, but it is something you have to look out for. And whenever there's any like most characters don't have drawbacks. There is no drawback to like Nahida, Alhaitham, Tighnari. Like I mean, Dendros inherently have like the like the Dendro cores exploding and hurting you, but that's like a mechanic. That's not really a drawback on the characters. It's just the element. But like the characters themselves, they don't really have drawbacks. And characters with drawbacks are like, anything with drawbacks is always like, bro, like what is the like what do we gain from having this? Like the like Dia's weapon, like when you have a shield equipped, you lose the health bonus. Why? What is that? Like who said this is a good idea? Who said she's gonna be too broken with the shield? She's not even good as is. How is she gonna be broken with the shield? Like it doesn't make any sense. Like who ordered this? Who wanted this? And so, like whenever you have to deal with anything like that, it always sucks because it's just like none of these other characters have like restrictions that you gotta be weary of, but she does, and that always sucks. But overall, it's still a really good Dendro application, Dendro applicator or whatever it is, and I'd recommend. Yaoyao is F tier. No, she's not F tier, but I really do not like Yaoyao. She's so uninteresting. She has like nothing going for her. She was like she came in on the Lantern Rite festival, if I remember correctly, and she was just annoying. She was just running around like being loud, and it's like you can only have so many like of similar characters before it really gets old. So we had Klee first, like really cheery, upbeat, like kid character. We all love Klee. Great design, fun character, funny voice lines, funny interactions. Cool. And then we had a couple other like kid characters, but they weren't like Klee, like Diona, Sayu, Chi-Chi. They're all pretty different in their own right, which makes them cool. And then we got Nahida. Nahida is like another upbeat, childlike character, and it's like oh yeah, this childhood innocence is really fun and cool, and especially when it's tied to like such a good character. Not in Klee's case, sadly, but in Nahida's case. Then we get Yaoyao, who is like all of that, but no, like there's no like sense of like uniqueness. Like Nahida has got like such a crazy like lore and story and everything that it's like wow, and she's obviously the best Dendro like character, but not better. Kaveh's personality, don't get that twisted. But Yaoyao, she doesn't have any of that. There's nothing like crazy interesting about her. She's just like one of the I think Cloud Retainer likes her, something like that, and gave her like a toy, and then she just like uses like Yugwe. Yugwe looks ugly. I think I've spoken about this before. Like I really don't like Yugwe. It's a really annoying looking thing. It's really ugly. It looks like, I think I said it looks like Midi from Made in Abyss. If you've ever watched it, just like look it up. If you've never planned on watching it, you know, spoilers and all that. But like it looks just like it, and then like she has this very bad aspect that I also don't like. And Yugwe, if you don't know, Yugwe will shoot out like a little Dendro thing, and it can either heal you or hurt the enemy. So if your health gets too low, it'll prioritize healing you, and if your health is fine, it'll prioritize hitting the enemy. And I hate stuff like that because I don't care about healing. Don't heal me, I'm fine. I'd rather win the fight at low health in like a faster manner than if we took the time to sit here and have you heal me instead of damaging the enemy. And now we're taking more time, and now things are getting weird, and it's like, it's such a pain in the ass. I hate stuff like that. I don't play Yaoyao, so I don't know how, like, if that is something that gets in the way, or if Yugwe has like really good AI to avoid that. I don't know, maybe like Chat GPT or something is like powering all the Yugwes, because you can summon multiples, so maybe they all work in tandem in some crazy like Elon Musk level like design. I don't know, but yeah, they're like all the Yugwes are like connected to like some like Tesla brain or something. But she's not F tier, but she's a very unenjoyable character in my opinion. I have to put her in C tier because she is usable. She is a 4-star character, so it's easy to get more constellations and make her better, you know, by wishing a bunch on one character banner. And she is pretty easy to build. Like Dendro characters are always easy to build. Throw a bunch of elemental mastery and it'll work out in some way. And as a support, she is a free-to-play, free-to-play friendly, because you know, like getting a 5-star as opposed to a 4-star is much more difficult. So she is more friendly in getting Baizhu, who's a Dendro / healer, whereas she's a Dendro / healer as well. So if you wanted like a healer, because like maybe you don't have like, maybe you have like water characters that aren't healers, that you're using them in tandem with Yaoyao, so you have to like balance it out a little bit with some kind of healer or something like that, whatever the case may be. She is a Dendro healer, because there are applications for her, but I just don't think she has enough going for her to be in any way interesting. Even her design isn't even that good, and she's like the third like cheery kid character we've gotten, so sadly I have to put her kind of low. But that's gonna be it for my Dendro character tier list. Now that I think about it, we probably should have visited this later, because we have Ilala coming. But maybe I'll do an update, maybe I'll wait on it, who knows. But that's gonna be it for now, because we don't know when she's coming out, so I might as well get this one out, you know, done and out the way. So I finished this first batch of like all the elements. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you agree or disagree with my tier list, if you really like Yaoyao, or if you agree with me that she's boring and uninteresting, or if you agree or disagree with some of these other characters. I very much would like to hear your opinion on Kaveh and Baizhu in particular, because of how long we waited for Baizhu, and was he a good addition? Was he a disappointment? Was he not what you seemed? Was he not the man you thought he was and was gonna always be? Or Kaveh, did you expect him to be different, better? You know, like what were your takes on these characters? I'd really love to know. And make sure you check out some of my other tier lists. The pop-up should be on screen coming up now or sometime soon, or maybe already. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.